So I'm Blaženka Divjak. I'm full professor at University of Zagreb, Faculty of Organization and Informatics. Full professor in mathematics, but I also work quite a lot interdisciplinary. So it means that I have also been elected as a scientific advisor in information sciences. So I'm working with mostly with IT in education, so e-learning, learning analytics, but also decision-making, strategic decision-making in education in general. The course, Discrete Mathematics with Graph Theory, is at graduate level, so the first year of graduate level, and it is somehow it is theoretical mathematical foundation for some algorithms that students can use in their professional life, but at the same time, it is a kind of logic foundation and introduction to more complex mathematical systems. So when we restructuring our graduate study, so it was probably 12 years ago, then or even more, what I try to do is to really connect all the learning outcomes of our course with methods that will activate our students, but also with the assessment methods that are appropriate for all learning outcomes. I'm going just to share my screen so you can see. Let me find it. So you can see our Moodle layout of the course. So Discrete Mathematics with Graph Theory, it's in creation, but it is not, I think it's not so disturbing for most of the people that can use it. And then you can see here that at the beginning we always start with some information, but also learning outcomes of the course. And then we develop our course through different topics. And if you look at for example, graph theory, then there are a lot of material that it is not just presentation, so teacher-centered learning, but student-centered learning. So we ask students to discuss. It was not so very successful with us, but also to have to interact with the material, with different to use programming languages for that, or to have some, for example, Python or Sage or something like that. But at the end of all this story, what was the problem? The problem was how to interact with one learning, how actually to ensure fulfillment of one learning outcome that is called, let me just find it in English. It is, I have it here. Apply mathematical methods, models, and techniques appropriate for solving problems in field of information and business systems. So it is application of mathematics to use it. So what we try to do is to try to find teaching methods that it is related to that learning outcome. So we plan student work in teams of 3 on posing and solving authentic problems. It is online work. And then we, after that, introduce assessment. And it's teacher assessment, but also peer assessment in 2 stages. So it is, let's say, something where we, as a mathematician, introduce work-based learning in our course.